Hello, Virgo, and welcome to your June 2019 reading. We are using the Mythic Tarot cards, and it's more of a traditional spread that we're using. Now, these cards here are what's leaving, the energy's leaving. So, this is the main energy, and this is the supporting card. And this is the energy that's coming in this month. So, we have the Page of Pentacles and the Lovers coming in, and leaving you is the Five of Wands and Temperance. Now, it's great that the Five of Wands energy is leaving because this is an energy of having to face material reality. So it might be a bit of a financial wake up call, or actually a little bit of stress about your finances, feeling like you're in a constant battle around trying to get somewhere or attain something, because this is the battle of Jason and he's battling the dragon to get the golden fleece that the dragon has in its clutches. The thing with this Five of Wands energy is that that is the last battle before Jason actually succeeds in getting the golden fleece. So it's this sense of, you know, having to put a lot of energy into fighting and striving for something. And the balance card, the card underneath that, the supporting card is Temperance. This is Iris, the goddess of rainbows, and the messenger to the gods, and she restores balance back into your life. So there's this real sense of a financial struggle, having to face some sort of reality, and then trying to rebuild balance back into your life. And that energy is actually what's leaving you. So I feel like, that's been resolved and it's time to move on from that. With the Page of Pentacles coming in, it's like through that situation, we've come out of the fire with this pentacle, this Page of Pentacles holding up to our heart. It's almost like the seed that germinated from the fire and is ready to grow. You're ready to plant it for it to grow. So there's this sense of, from that struggle that struggling to bring balance into your life. It could actually be balance on a financial level, that energy that's leaving you through that process. It's a bit like, the image I'm getting is a bushfire that ravages through the bush, but the heat actually germinates the new seeds. And I feel like the pentacle that Page of Pentacles is holding is the new seed that's been germinated through that struggle that you've been going through, Virgo. So, and there's all this potential. You can see the little buds that are growing. The harvest is starting to show. So there's starting to be some sort of results happening and coming through, but it's this sense of, I've got this precious thing. I'm feeling, the Page of Pentacles is feeling quite vulnerable. They're holding this pentacle up to the heart. The pentacle is an earth energy, and it's around your finances or your career and something you want to grow in life. A seed of your career or finances that you want to turn into something long term. And when it's supported by the Lovers card, this is a choice in love. There's a choice that needs to be made around this. That's around, who are you going to choose? Are you going to choose? There's a lot of options on being presented, perhaps on a heart level for you guys this month, Virgo, that there is, and it's also a difficult, not an easy choice, the Lovers card, because it's almost like you've been thrown into a situation. The story is, this is Paris, the young boy who has to sort of decide a beauty contest between these three goddesses here. We have Hera, the queen of the gods, Zeus's wife. We have Aphrodite, the goddess of love, in the center, and to the right we have her sister, which is Athena, the goddess of truth and wisdom. And this poor Paris knows that whoever he offers his golden apple to and decides is the most beautiful woman in the world, he's going to offend the other two. So he's in this kind of situation where originally he tries to get out of it and say, I don't want to do that. And then the gods said, no, you have to decide. And then he said, okay, I'm going to divide the apple into three because I can't decide. And they said, no, that's not a decision. You can't avoid the decision forever. And so eventually he chooses, being a young youthful boy, he chooses Aphrodite, the goddess of love. And the other two, Athena and Hera, walk off going, oh, we're not offended, that's fine. there won't be any ramifications. And as they're walking off, they're plotting, they're plotting war against him. They're plotting ramifications. So I guess the whole point of that story is that there's going to be, I think you're going to find yourself in this situation, Virgo, where you've got this precious thing on offer, precious thing to offer, and that's a part of yourself. And people are going to find that quite attractive. Like, even if it's a business offer or a relationship, I feel like you're going to be quite magnetic and attractive this month. But it's going to be there's decisions to be making, and it's going to have consequences. Like I said, it's not going to be the easiest decision, but it's almost like the decision's going to be good, but it's also going to it's going to be both good and bad. So it's kind of, you can't win and you can't lose. So it's an interesting kind of predicament to be in. But I feel like in terms of moving forward, in terms of being able to plant this beautiful seed that has germinated, you need to make this decision. And this decision is going to be around, where you want to plant the seed, basically. And that could be related to relationships, about where you want to put your energy, who you want to be with. And it can also be around workplace, who you want to work for, or who you want to be spending time with. You're really making a choice of what you want to be doing in terms of job. Which job do you want to take? There might be a few different offers. So there's going to be multiple things on offer for you this month, Virgo. And you're very much in the driving seat. I feel like you're presenting as the youthful Paris, because the Page of Pentacles is a youthful character and Paris is a youthful character. So there's almost this naivety. I mean, the youthful is this sense of being quite naive about a situation, about going in quite innocent to a situation. So there's an innocence that you're bringing forward, and having to make a decision that really other people are at play here. So let's look at, speaking of love, let's look at your love life. So this is the supporting energy. Oh my gosh, here we go. Did we choose the goddess of love? Because here she is, she's turned up again. Aphrodite, the goddess of love, has come up in your love cards as a supporting card. So it's almost like saying, choose Aphrodite, choose the goddess of love. Now this is you and this is the other person, or these are the two characters that they can obviously be swapped in this relationship that we're going to be looking at here on the love Now, interestingly, we have the three ladies turning up again. This is not Hera, but it's a queen. And so I think, these two are identifying as the same. And then we have Athena, and then we have Aphrodite. So, yeah, definitely a choice in love. And the Ten of Swords is actually what is turning up as the presenting factor. And that is, the Ten of Swords is, and sorry, I'm just looking at the Seven of Pentacles, because that's around a choice as well. So there's definitely a choice around your love life happening. Big choice this month, Virgo. So the Ten of Swords with Athena coming in. She's hot, the goddess of truth and wisdom. The character that's lying on the floor there, that's Orestes, and his family has been cursed, and it's a generational curse. And he feels like he's been cursed by those ladies with the snake hair, the Furies, and it's taken a lot out of him. But finally, the curse is over. Athena has come in. The dark clouds are leaving, and the sun is rising. It's the end of a difficult situation. It is an ending of a relationship with somebody that has not been good for a long time. It has not been working for you for a long time. I'm getting the word toxic. So it could have been a toxic relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. But it's definitely some sort of toxic relationship, and it's around a patterning, a behavior patterning or a thought patterning that you keep doing over and over, and you keep finding yourself kind of in this situation. You're always attracting the wrong person, or you're attracting a cheater, or you're attracted to the married man, or the person that can't commit, or you're always kind of leaving relationships at that point of commitment because you don't want to commit yourself, or it's all around your patterning. But I think you've attracted someone, you've been in a situation with someone where you've it's reached the end point. It's you're saying no to the end of that behavior, that patterning. No longer am I going to have affairs with married people. I actually want someone for myself that's going to love me for who I am. It's kind of saying no to something. No longer am I going to shut myself off from the world. I want love. So it's kind of making a decision around that. Because the Seven of Pentacles is also, this is Daedalus, and he's been looked after by the king. The king is his benefactor. Daedalus is the master craftsman. But in comes enter right comes the queen, and very Taurian energy, as you can see with the bull next to her. And she's saying, "Come work for me. I actually want work done, and I want you to do my bidding instead, to be loyal to me instead of to the king." And he's in this predicament again. It's a bit like the Lover's card. He's in this difficult predicament because, does he stay with the king, the status quo, that the situation that's been very comfortable up until now? It's served him. It's been secure. It's been great, but it's also a comfort zone. Like there's no growth. He's not moving forward. But does he serve the queen? He serves a different god, and this god's actually a more powerful god. But so if he says no to the queen, there could be ramifications. And if he says no to the king, it's risky going with the queen. He doesn't know if what the queen has on offer is actually going to produce, what it's promising. So there's a risk involved in leaving a comfortable situation, leaving the status quo. And again, there's a big decision around this. So I feel like with this Ten of Swords energy coming in, this could actually be the ending of a relationship, and it could be an ending of a relationship that, hasn't been good for you. There might have been all sorts of nasty business coming up. I'm getting narcissism, I'm getting lies, affairs, betrayal, deceit. There's all sorts of stuff, any kind of toxic, abusive kind of behavior. It's just been a very, very negative situation for you. And do you have the courage to actually leave this situation? Do you, it's still, sometimes it's easier to stay in situations that we know rather than venture out into the unknown. But I will say that because we have Aphrodite, the goddess of love, coming in as the supporting card, this is the birth of love. This is, you can see how big her cup is, the heart, on the heart level, the emotions and the water. This is the beginning of feeling again. So we've got an ending and a beginning, a very definite ending of a situation and the beginning of love, the stirrings of love, the raw feeling of being able to feel again. And so I think that's really, Aphrodite is the one that's presenting as, choose me, choose me, choose love over comfort. Choose love over comfort. And that's kind of the big, complicated decision that's overhanging you around this month, Virgo. So let's look at your finances. And, just in terms of the relationship, if you're single, because it's got this sense of it's a relationship that's been around for a long time, but if you're single, it could also be choosing love, like saying what I was saying earlier, choosing to be with someone compatible that you can commit to rather than someone that you know that you won't, or you will leave, or that they won't give you what you want. So it's the ending of that pattern, which is incredibly positive. The only thing I would say about that, the Ten of Swords energy, is it can leave you feeling a little bit like you've exhausted, like you've given a lot, you need some time out. But I think that's going to be countered with this beautiful Ace of Cups energy coming in, this birth. It could actually even be a birth, like a birth of a child, a birth of a new idea, the birth of a new relationship. But let's look at finances now. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Page of Cups. Now here we have Narcissus again. We were talking about Narcissus before. And we have the main presenting energy is the Eight of Cups. The advice from Tarot is the Page of Cups. And the supporting energy is the Knight of Cups. So in terms of your finances, it's looking like you're going to be working hard this month, Virgo. You're going to be, this Eight of Pentacles, Daedalus. Look at the pile of pentacles he's got at the bottom of his feet. and he's just head down, focused on his work, working hard. And I feel like, yeah, definitely just head to the grindstone, whatever that saying is. But with the Knight of Cups coming in, it's a Pisces energy, actually. You can see the little fish. I don't know if you can see that little fish, but there's a little fish just there. Pisces coming in, an offer. And again, this could be the offer of love. Now, has it been that you've been spending too much time thinking about work and career and haven't really been giving enough attention to your love life? Is that what's happening here? Because we have the Page of Cups, the advice from Tarot on top here, which is all around self-love and being able to look at your reflection, because we have this beautiful watery energy coming in with the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups that's kind of coming. There's some nice emotions coming in around your money situation. So emotionally, I think you're going to be feeling quite good around your money. The Knight of Cups can be an offer. So I feel like there's actually going to be some sort of financial offer that's coming in. It could actually be related to your heart, something that you love. There's some sort of, it could be a job offer, it could be a partnership offer, it could be a promotion, but it could, I'm also getting that it could be attached to love. But what it's going to do, and what the Page of Cups is saying as the advice from Tarot, is it's going to make you take a good look at yourself, a good close look at who you are and where you want to be going and what you want to be doing, because I feel like what's on offer this month for you, Virgo, is going to take you out of your comfort zone to a realm of so many new possibilities. And this Page of Cups is the story of Narcissus. Narcissus is a beautiful young youth. Again, it's the youth. We've got this beautiful youthful energy coming through for you guys this month, Virgo. And there's a naivety and innocence to it. This beautiful youth had never seen himself, never seen what he looked like. And he stumbled across a beautiful clear creek or river one day and saw his own reflection and fell in love with it because he was so beautiful. He was gorgeous. Now, the positive sides to this card is that it's about self-love, about liking what you see in the mirror, about liking what you reflect back to yourself, what you see reflected back to yourself. The negative side of it is the narcissist, which is someone who it's all about themselves, and they're you know what the narcissist personality is like, very selfish, manipulative. And so I just want to bring Daedalus up here so we can see him amongst these energies. I'm getting that there's some sort of offer there's an offer. And I'm just getting with the narcissist, the Page of Cups, take a good look at it and see whether you like what's being reflected back in terms of this offer that's coming, this financial offer, job offer, work opportunity, because I feel like it's going to be somehow connected to your heart and who you are and how you see your future. So it's going to be again an interesting choice. So there's going to be decisions to make around that. That's going to affect everything for you guys this month, Virgo. But yeah, working hard, offers coming in and taking a good look at it. I just get with the Page of Cups with the narcissist energy that just make sure that this person that's offering this to you isn't just doing it purely for their own needs, their own means. Make sure that it's something that reflects back your needs as well. But in terms of finances, I think it's looking all pretty positive, finance and career. Now let's look at health. This is the supporting energy. This is your energy and advice from Tarot. So let's get your energy up. Now, Knight of Wands is the advice from Tarot. Oops. Let's just get these cards like to fall down. And the Knight of Wands is advice. The Queen of Wands is the underlying energy. Now, the Queen of Wands is a Leo energy. So if you have any Leos in your life, this person could actually be really supportive in terms of your health, because it is the supporting card. So if you have, any Leos, definitely could be helping you out, like with healthy choices. And what I'm getting with this Nine of Wands is that this is very low energy in it levels. You could be feeling exhausted to the point of exhaustion. And we already got that with the Ten of Swords with Arestus down here, the ending of this situation. And the Nine of Wands energy is very much that. This ship is about to, it's trying to get to this destination of calmer waters here. It's trying to get to this lovely destination here where it's feeling peaceful and reached its goal. But it's in this choppy, emotional, feeling all stirred up emotionally, quite a lot of emotional angst and stress, and it feels like it's about to hit the rocks. So it's expended a lot of energy into trying to get to where it wants with this Nine of Wands energy. And it could be around working hard, working too much, working towards a goal. And the energy is very much of just at that point of exhaustion, you find the energy to complete the mission. So in terms of your health, I would say that you could be feeling a little bit exhausted, and but that it might actually, the circumstance might actually require you to just find that little last bastion of energy that you have in order to complete what it is that you need to do. But I think that there's calmer waters, there's going to be a time coming up where you can actually have a bit of a rest. So because that, we can see the clearer waters on the other side. You're so close to getting to that space now. So whatever stress or whatever energy this situation's been taking out of you, you will get a chance to just rejuvenate and recover. And I feel like that's really important to you, because this Queen of Wands is very much this lion energy. The lion, you can see the lion is sitting at her feet. She sits very comfortably on the throne. She knows what she wants. She's very discerning with what she wants. The lion energy, that rage, that pride within, it's just calmed down. I feel like a lot of those emotions, I'm getting a lot to do with just your emotional health this month, Virgo, is just emotionally, you're going to find calmer waters and some anger. I'm getting anger and almost just this kind of wanting to, like the lion roar. I'm just wanting to roar. Just that kind of letting it out, this release, like, it's just, I feel like mentally and physically you need a break, but there will be some sort of release for you guys. So I think that with the Queen of Wands energy, she's also around fire. She's a fire energy. So, and the Knight of Wands is also a fire energy. So it's a case of, with the Nine of Wands, it's a little bit like the water is putting out the fire. The emotions are putting out the fire. You're kind of getting caught up in your emotional state. But the Queen of Wands is very much in control of her fire and sitting on the throne, and she's got this beautiful, abundant energy around her and landscape. So it's about connecting back in with your fire, your passion, your spirit. It's more, I'm getting more of and again, we have the Knight of Wands, which is a fire energy. So I think it's all about your motivation and drive and your energy levels this month, Virgo. So with the Knight of Wands, this is the sort of advice from Tarot. It's saying we're flying high. This is the Knight. It's moving forward with its feet not barely touching the ground, and it's slaying the beast. So I think that means, in terms of, for me, it's about mental health. It's slaying the beast. It's about finding ways to overcome anxiety and stress for you guys this week. And it's interesting that that's the opposite to this Queen of Wands energy, which is really grounded. The Knight of Wands is in the air. The feet aren't touching the ground. So it's very much I feel like I'm very much up in my head space, and I'm not grounding down into my body. So it could be this real sense of, and it's interesting that that lion goat figure, whatever that kind of mythical beast is that's on the ground there, that it has been slain, it has got that lion energy to it, which is which has been reined in this Queen of Wands energy, the supporting energy. So the Lion energy is very much, I see it as connecting to your soul, but it's this inner rage at the injustice of the world. And so he's kind of just slaying his anger. It's about tempering. It's having inspiration and moving forward without anger. So I feel like releasing your anger is going to be really good. Any kind of residual anger is going to be really good for your health this month, Virgo. Now, these are the soul cards, and here we have the higher energy and the presenting energy that might be happening more on a physical level. And the chariot is Aries, the war god, and it's about conflicts ending in victory. The chariot is very much in control. He's reining those two horses in, and it feels like you're very much in control of reining those opposing forces that you're kind of battling with, in terms of the black and the white, the light and the dark, the shadow and the light that's happening with you guys this week, Virgo. This month, sorry. And with the Queen of Swords energy underneath, it can be this feeling of wanting to feeling a bit isolated from the world, of wanting to detach and not wanting to connect, to setting up really high ideals of who you are as a person and not really allowing yourself to be human. The Queen of Swords is very much the element of air. She's very intelligent. You don't mess with her, but she's not connecting to her emotions. She's throwing them away. She's not making decisions based on emotions, which is actually really important because we saw the emotional washing machine that's happening into the Nine of Wands, which has kind of stirred up a lot of emotions for you. And so I feel like it's about taking some distance and time out and finding clarity of mind with this Queen of Swords, but not to be too chilly. But it almost feels like there's an aloofness to this Queen of Swords, where she's almost like too cold for the warmth of human relationships and connection. But this chariot is fighting through this, fighting through that. It's really breaking down these forms within you that's struggling. And so there's definitely conflicts. The storm clouds, you're leaving the storm clouds behind. You're taking matters into your own hands with the chariot card. I feel like there's this real forward momentum energy coming through for you guys. From a soul level, it's just saying that this change is just kind of like going through really fast and forceful and strong for you guys. And so there's this real sense of the way you might respond to this is having to go into the safety of the clear mind, the safety of removing yourself a little bit from the world and from connecting with people, because that's a safe place to be. But again, we were talking about the comfort zone and how there's been a big decision about moving outside of that comfort zone. So it's kind of a conversation around that's going to be happening for you guys this month. Now let's see what we've got for the angel cards. Listen to your intuition. Beautiful. And the crystal cards is black obsidian, the shadow, and hematite, grounding. Now it's interesting, we were talking about grounding down here with the Queen of Wands, that it's really important for you guys to kind of ground. And then again, we've got with black obsidian, the shadow. In the chariot card, we've got the shadow elements and the light elements kind of being brought together. So with the angel card, listen to your intuition. I think this is really quite clear. It's basically saying that amidst all these internal conversations that are happening for you guys this week, Virgo, there's a very clear guide that will be able to guide you above all else, and that is your intuition. That's connecting in and up. And also you can see that the world is in her heart. It's very much connecting to her heart energy, but going from her heart up through to her crown. So it's finding that inner guide amongst the maelstrom of all these decisions and things that are happening around in your other world. And so I think listening to your intuition is going to be really, really important. It's going to be your most strongest guiding force, because you've got a few decisions to make this month, Virgo, on a relationship level. And so it's going to be that inner sense listening to your intuition is around listening to your heart, and when something feels right, you'll feel that your heart is expanding. And you can see that in this card, the heart is expanding. So it's really tuning into that part of your body and knowing that. Now, the black obsidian is interesting. Again, you know, we've got the Ten of Swords, the darkness is leaving. We've got the black horse of the Chariot. I really feel like something in the shadows has something that has been dwelling within you is transmuting and transforming for you. Black obsidian grows out of volcanic lava, so it has all that strength of the fire, the transformation, and all of that sort of wonderful energy of that, the power of the volcano within it. It says the shadow side, so it's a powerful cleanser of negative energy, which we're seeing in the Ten of Swords. And it draws to the surface unresolved issues for release and healing, and dissolves destructive patterns, which we're seeing in the Ten of Swords again, and lets old habits and traits surface, which allows love and acceptance of the total self, which we're seeing in the Page of Cups. And so it kind of permits you entry into those darker places of yourself so that you can receive the wisdom and knowledge from your shadow side. And so it's interesting that we're seeing this, because that's also combined with hematite, which if we look at the Knight of Wands and see that this beast is a little bit like your shadow side, but we have this grounding down here, which seems to be the base and seems to be very important. With hematite, we also have grounding. Now, they're both black stone. They're both black crystals. So, and they're related to your base chakra. So it relates to your lower back as well, and your spine and your pelvis. So that whole area down there, and also some of your sexual organs, that's all sort of an area that could do with some healing, some grounding, connecting to that. It's also about connecting to your sense of community and connecting to the earth. So with the hematite energy, it's really just coming in and saying, with all this stuff that's going on for you guys this month, Virgo, really take the time to ground. Now, if you can get your hands on some hematite or black obsidian, they would be really handy to use in your life. Any meditations around the base chakra, another color for the base chakra is also red. So wearing black or red might actually be really good for you. Some days you just might feel like you really need those colors. So I think that it's an interesting combination for you, Virgo, but I feel like there's a lot at play. There's some complicated energies pulling and pushing for you this month, but I feel ultimately it's all really positive. It's moving you towards getting rid of those sort of old destructive patterns of the Ten of Swords and opening up to this Ace of Cups, this beautiful love energy coming in. And there's offers, there's potential, there's things opening up for you, and it's just a matter of cleansing and purifying some of those older, darker, negative traits and thoughts and patterns, and just cleansing that and being able to move forward feeling lighter. And your guiding presence, like I said, is going to be listening to your intuition, because you have that beautiful seed in the Page of Pentacles that is sort of the overriding thing of this whole reading, is that seed. Where are you going to plant that beautiful seed of growth, where you're going to see growth in your world? And again, like I said, with that Page of Pentacles, it feels like it's been through the fire. It had that sort of germination energy, and that's what this black obsidian energy as well. It's been born of volcanic lava. So yeah, if you can actually go through that process of looking at the shadow and cleansing that, then it's going to bring up this wonderful new growth, and it's going to be fantastic. So an interesting month for you guys, Virgo. If you'd like to hear more, please subscribe, like, or leave a comment or share, and I'll see you next time. Bye.